Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are discussing the topic which is section 53 of the Companies Act 2013, which is issue of shares at discount. Okay, so before going to the explanation, let me show you a question so that you'll get the idea that how examiner is going to ask the question in the examination. Okay, so let me read the question. This question asked multiple times in the RTPs, MTPs, and also in previous year question paper. So let me read the question first. Okay, so any shares issued by a company at a discounted price shall be void. Explain stating also the audit procedure in this regard. Okay, and or validity and consequences of issue of shares at discount. Check with the respect of the provision of the Companies Act 2013. Management of or sorry, Management of D Limited has issued shares at discount to its creditors. Explain the provision of the Companies Act 2013 which shares are issued discount to creditors. As an auditor of as an auditor, what will be your concern of checking in such a case? Okay, so this is a question. So let me read the answer so that you'll get the idea that how to present your answer in the examination. Okay, so I'm going to read the answer. So shares issued at discount. So shares issued at discount. Section 53 of the Companies Act 2013 talks about shares issued at discount. So actually, a company cannot issue its shares at discount. Okay, it will be considered, if it issued shares at discount, it will be considered as void. But there is an exception. There is an exception, that is, the company can issue sweat equity shares. It can issue at discount as per section 53 of 54 of the Companies Act 2013. Okay, so I am going to read the answer right now. A company shall not issue shares at discount except in the case of issue of sweat equity shares given under the section 54 of the Companies Act 2013. Any share issued by the company at a discounted price shall be considered as void. I mentioned it already. So, notwithstanding anything contained in subsection 1 and 2 of a company may issue shares at a discount to its creditors. Okay, this is the second exception. One is in case of sweat equity shares, the company can issue shares at discount. And the second one is a company may issue shares at discount to its creditors when its debt is converted into shares in pursuance of any statutory resolution plan or debt restructuring scheme in accordance with the guidelines or direction or regulation specified by RBI, okay, Reserve Bank of India, and RBI Act 1934. Okay, you need to remember this when when the examiner asks the question about shares issued at discount. You need to remember the company. If the company issued shares at discount, it will be considered as void. But in case of sweat equity shares and in case of debt restructuring scheme, a company can issue shares at discount. Okay, so the third point is where any company rise to comply with the provision of this section, such company or and every officer who is in default shall be liable for the penalty, which may extend to an amount equal to the amount raised through the issue of shares at discount or 5 lakh rupees, whichever is less. Okay, for example, if the shares issued at discount is 6 lakh, then um, the penalty is 5 lakh rupees. So in these two cases, you have to consider 5 lakh rupees or 6 lakh rupees, whichever is less. So in this case, it will be considered as 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so this is the point. This is the explanation in this point. Okay, so after that, what is the one thing that auditor needs to check when the company issues shares at discount? Okay, so uh, they also ask this question. Okay, so the first point is the movement of share capital during the year and whether there any issue wherever there is any issue. Okay, there is any issue of shares. Okay, auditor needs to check wherever there is any issue. And second point is he should verify the company has not issued its shares at discount. He should verify that the company is not issued its shares at discount. Okay, um, and further, auditor should also verify that whether the company has issued shares at discount to its creditors whether its debt is converted into shares in pursuance of statutory resolution plan or debt restructuring scheme in accordance with the any guidelines, direction or regulation specified by the RBI. So this is the same point which we read in the above explanation. So you need to write again that answer, that point only. Okay. So these are the three points you need to remember when it comes to verification or check, what auditor needs to check. Okay. So these 2 points you need to answer in um, in debt, the shares issued at discount. I'm really sorry. So yeah, this is it. Very simple chapter, and you need to remember a lot of things. I mean, it's a lengthy chapter, so that's why you need to remember a lot of things. Otherwise, it's a very interesting and very easy chapter. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much.